Hey YouTube, what's poppin'? This is your boy Anonymous and welcome to a new video. We're going to be hacking a new machine in Hack the Box, which is going to be dancing. So get your hot drink and let's get hacking. So we are back after we have started our VPN and we have spawned the machine. So we always start with our sudo nmap scan. Of course, we're gonna change the IP address. Gonna paste it here. Again, the SC is for the automatic scripts. SV is for the version. T4 is for the time template, which is going to be aggressive, a little bit faster. And the small v is for verbosity, so more info. So this one is actually gonna take us a little bit longer because notice here 4 ports are open, so it's not just one port this time. We're going to get more advanced in this machine. Not too advanced though, just a little bit more advanced. So we have actually 4 ports open in this machine, so we're gonna wait until we finish our scan. So Nmap finished our scan and it indeed got us 4 open ports. One is 135 TCP, one is 39 TCP, one is 445 TCP, and the last one is 5985 TCP. The first one is MSRPC. What is MSRPC? MSRPC stands for Microsoft Remote Procedure Call, which is a protocol that allows a computer to run a function or a piece of code on another computer or another server remotely. This is kind of advanced at this stage, so we're not going to be focusing on this. We're actually going to be focusing on this port in particular, 445. However, we're just going to maybe see what is port 139 and what is the last port here, 5985. 139 is NetBIOS SSN, and again it's Microsoft Windows, so this machine is Windows, and indeed here you can see the type of the machine. Dancing is Windows, so we're targeting Windows machine, this time not a Linux machine. So this port is running a protocol called SMB NetBIOS, and I know that you cannot see the word SMB here, but just a quick Google search would indicate that port 139 is running SMB. What does SMB even stands for? SMB stands for Server Message Block, which is an old protocol that was developed by Microsoft in the 1980s that allows computers in the same local network to communicate and share resources with each other. So, and NetBIOS stands for Network Basic Input and Output System. So this is kinda legacy or kinda old port for SMB. We're not gonna target that as well. We're gonna be targeting this, the modern port for SMB. However, we're gonna leave that for now, and we notice here in service HTTP, which indicates that there might be a website running on this port 5985. So to make sure that we're not gonna miss anything, we're gonna copy this IP address, going to new URL here, and then we need to indicate the port, which was, I forgot, 5985, and nothing found, so we're gonna take this port out of our target list, so we're gonna be focusing on this. So again, what is SMB exactly? As I said, it is a protocol that allows different computers in the same network or the same local network to communicate with each other and share resources with each other. So the resources can actually be files, folders, or even printers. Think about SMB as the Windows version of FTP, even though Linux machines can still use SMB, but it's made better for Windows. So to target the SMB server, we're gonna use this command: SMB client, L is capital, and forward slash, two slashes, forward two slashes, the IP address, and enter. So we're gonna list the shared files and folders that we can find at this server that the local network on our target machine is using. So we're gonna assume that there is no password, so we're gonna press enter, and indeed there was no password for the server, and we get some shared resources. We get something called admin and C, IPC, and work shares. However, don't see the name admin and say, woohoo, I got it. I just need to go to admin and I'm gonna get the flag from there. Hold your horses, not yet. Actually, we cannot access the first three because these first three disks or shared resources are only there for the administrator to access. So the admin disk is for the Windows directory in C. You know that when you have the C disk in your Windows device, and there's under C there is Windows folder. So this allows admins to access the Windows folder under the C disk of each machine that is connected through SMB, to run scripts, to configure some files in the Windows folder. So since we don't have any administration access, we cannot access any of these three. The C1 allows admins to access the entire C disk, not just Windows, and this can be useful for admins to do whatever they want in the C drive. So the IPC is to run remote commands on machines. So we still don't have access to these three. The last one we might have access to. So to access the work shares disk, we're gonna do this: SMB client for backward slashes, the IP address, and then two backward slashes, and then the name of the disk that we want, which is work shares, and make sure that the same name exactly matches. Click yes, enter, no password, and hopefully we get something. Yes, we are in. Now we have access to this disk, and we're gonna list the stuff that is inside. We have two disks available for us, amy.j and james.p. We're gonna see what amy.j has to say for us, and then we gonna see what's inside. So we're gonna change our directory to amy.j, and we are indeed in amy.j directory. Again, list to see what's happening. And something called worknotes.txt. Okay, how can we get that? We can get this worknotes.txt file the same way as we can fetch or download files from FTP servers, which using get command and the name of the file, then yes, enter, then we have it here. So how do we actually read this? We got a new tab in the same directory. We started the SMB client that we just list, and we got the work notes again. So to read it, as we know, cat work notes, and we got some stuff. I don't think that's very interesting or information for us. However, this shows you the vulnerability that we discovered, that this SMB server has no password whatsoever, so anyone that has access to this IP address can access the shared resources as the target machine has. So we're gonna go back by doing cd two dots to go back directory, and we still need to go to james.p. So cd james.p, make sure it's the same name, yes, enter, and we're gonna list stuff, and here we go, we got our flag. We download the file again, get flag text, and we got our file. So here we go in our own machine, list it, and we here got our flag, cat, our flag, and then we got here a flag. So thank you so much for watching. It was your boy Anonymous, and thank you for staying with me through my ranting, and see you in the next machine. See ya.